This is part 2 of the Lover House being inspired by the 1975, and here's some more. On the Eras Tour set, we see this house visual burn down. But oddly, there are remnants of that house. And see how the peak remains? That peak looks slanted. A lot like those visuals of the slanted kind of top of a house that we see from the 1975. And that slanted house, I believe, becomes the folklore cabin. So after she burns the house down, this becomes this. And the interesting part of this, I know everybody has seen the pictures, but the moon behind her, her singing on the top, very, very similar to exactly how Matty Healy did it on his tour prior. Also, another part of the Lover House burning down shows that orange room, which is a huge symbol to the 1975. He had a bad night. He basically collapsed on stage, refused to move, and they had to carry him off. It may have involved some family stuff, some girl stuff, etc. But the key there is that he said he saw orange. He said everything went black and he just saw orange. But if that happened to Matty that day, regardless of what Taylor was to him, she was in his life at the time. If you go through something traumatic with somebody, you carry a little piece of it. And I believe that is why this orange room is so symbolic to her, especially on the Eras Tour. I know everybody's like, look, she hates him, let it go. But here's the thing. She continues to give us visuals that point to the 1975. So honestly, I don't believe she hates him. Now, we not only got very similar images on Fortnite, but we continued to get it on the Eras Tour. She could have easily removed those segments or removed those visuals so that they did not look so similar to things that the 1975 did. Still at their very best, the 1975 tour, Matty goes through the door that he always kind of opens and comes through, also the door that Taylor came through when she debuted Anti-Hero Live. And he turns out the light. But prior to that, he mentions that don't worry, everything from their stage is going to be recycled. Everything from their stage is going to be recycled. We see all of the lamps on their stage. We see the lamps in the TTPD intro, the door frames, the window frames, etc. All of the little mishmashed things from their stage. Another reason that it seems to go back and forth is after Lover debuted with the music video for the Lover House, Matty proceeded to sort of add symbols of that Lover House into some of his videos. The first one is the Me and You Together song. It has a very similar feel to You Belong With Me, as if like the girl from Taylor's video actually went through the window to the boy instead of waiting at the end. And there's imagery very similar to that Lover House. Also, the 1975 song Happiness really shows a lot of curtains and windows very similar to the drapery and windows that we see in the Lover House. They even have like Matty playing guitar in a cowboy hat with a fish tank and just overall party aesthetic like in the Lover music video. So why do I think this is important? I believe that they are using one another as a symbol that tells a story that goes back and forth. It doesn't necessarily tell their story. It just tells a story. It is telling a story under the story. And I think that they are doing it as a form of like media art. I don't personally believe that Taylor is a performance artist. I don't think that she is faking a relationship and has been faking her life. I think she picks and chooses what she wants to show us. But what she does show us, I take to heart. I take as truth. And maybe that's my psychology background, but I'm not going to believe that we're just totally being duped. I'm picking up breadcrumbs that tell an underlining story or underlining visuals that add something so unique and special that I'm labeling it media art. They're both artists and both into media and meta and like all of these different kind of ways of being and seeing things. And this makes the most sense to me. Somebody else might think it's for a different reason, but this is what I'm focusing on is the symbolism behind it. And I think no matter who you think her like number one muse in life is or anything, it kind of fits in. And so just opening your mind to kind of look at things differently does a lot. And I'm not discounting any other theories. I see them all, and I like a lot of them. But there are some that I think are just kind of good under the radar theories, and some that I think need to be given light. And this back and forth between them, I personally feel needs to be given light. That's all. And TikTok might be going away, so I'm just letting it all out.